Alright guys, so let's go off the crypto first. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Came with the scope. Scope. Yep. Alright. Alright, yeah, here we go. Alright guys, so this is Bitcoin. You can see the top left right there. Yeah, let me change the music real quick. Alright, so we have some BTC here. Ah, man, I just been calling it in the Discord too. That's another thing as of recently. Let me pull that up real quick. Really been calling Sol, really. That's really it. And some BTC though, as you can see, which was 5.9 and then 5.9. It's currently 5.11 current update. But of course, you know, every other couple of days, just looking at the charts, really just more swing trading rather than scalping like every other move. This is pretty old, but as of recently, you know, slowly getting back into it, getting back into that rhythm charting and just looking at my trades that I've been taking recently. First, we got to zoom out though. So as of recently, Bitcoin, it went up to 104. It was respecting this right here, this monthly buy side imbalance to reach the monthly external, and of course we were reaching into the discount of this higher time frame range, Dylan range right there. And then if you go to the weekly, we had a breakaway gap form, we had a break of market structure right here, pretty much signifying, you know, the change in the state of delivery for just market structure in general, honestly. And plus, once we had, you know, this candle closure above here, we basically, all this right here was balanced right here, or this right here actually, because we went down, respected it, now we're respecting it, pushing up higher, all this right here, and created a fair value gap. CRT formed, never came back down. Pretty crazy, honestly. Just goes to show how bullish we really were right there. And then on the daily here, we did also have here on the daily, I remember we also had on the daily an inversion for value gap. I was expecting the market to move lower to then eventually move up higher, but that never happened. And eventually I was targeting the weekly buy side imbalance, buy side liquidity. And then we also had the standard deviation projections from this manipulation leg, sweeping the lows. Honestly, it was pretty nice right here, sweeping the lows, moving up higher, breaking structure right here, creating a breaker block, and then eventually you can see the market just pushed up higher right there, nice, beautifully. Honestly, one of one, some of the best scenarios you can get, easiest trades. What else? That was really it. It was a clear buy side to objective, honestly, because of how we were ranging here back and forth, and then eventually we finally broke out of that structure, and this was the last high to eventually be created for this little range right here we were in, this little consolidation. So it was pretty clear, you know. And then this was all high resistance liquidity. It did take a while to get past it, but once we did eventually start to move up, it just came pretty quick speed. So yeah, that was pretty much the objective right there. It's just different scenarios, honestly, and this is kind of why you have to adapt. And we had a inversion form here, basically a BPR, and the market just simply disrespected it pretty quickly. And then eventually, that's kind of pretty obvious too that it's not likely going to respect it, and we're just going to continue to the upside there. So yeah, candle closure above, continuation. This is like what, 4 candle closures, 1 2 3 3, and the market just kept going higher. Honestly, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, and then the daily here also looked really nice, honestly. The buy side imbalance, I do see us honestly coming back down and then eventually going up higher, since we did sweep and break the buy side objective. So now it becomes like a immediate rebalance whenever we come back down, and that's pretty much going to move the market. Because right now we're just simply consolidating, and eventually once we do break out of that consolidation, that's kind of where we aim for the final objective, which is probably going to be up here. So it's pretty honestly pretty obvious, honestly. So we're inside of here, this bearish order block right here. You see we're about to break out of it. Once we do break out of it and make it an inverse, another scenario can occur where we drop lower, and then eventually we start to move up higher. That can be one of the scenarios, something like this. So yeah, then we could target this up here, and that wouldn't be bad either, honestly, because delivering higher and we're coming back down to get a better fill to eventually have the final TP hit. So yeah, and then the 4H, really nothing we can see here, honestly. The weekly candle right here, 1H, pretty much just building up low resistance to the upside there to eventually come back down. For the next weekly power 3, maybe we come back down, hit the daily buy side imbalance, and then eventually start to move up higher. I wouldn't be against that, honestly. So yeah. The 4H, nothing really. Same thing with the 1H, really nothing. Other than the daily buy side imbalance, that's like the main PD area you want to be seeing get hit to eventually start to move you up in that direction and continue to the upside there. So yeah. So yeah. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to ETH. Bro, ETH has been moving like crazy though. That's the thing, man. It's moving like so rapidly. It moved up like almost 30% one day. It's amazing, honestly. It's amazing seeing it like this, man. Finally moving. This is where you're changing the state delivery happen right here. Low breaker market structure also here though. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad, honestly. We're in the monthly SIBI though. You want to see the Dylan range also what we're playing in. See where the premium is going to be right there. So yeah. And yeah, that's basically really it for ETH. Yeah, we have a daily SIBI there we can reach into. But the monthly one is also, you know, really, really more important. But we're in high resistance also. So I'm not really too worried about it, but not at the same time as worried as it should be. We went up so much, like to the point where now we can honestly come back down, redeliver, create a weekly BISI, move up higher after that, break the monthly one, and just reach into that premium zone, make that monthly SIBI inversion, and then target the monthly external buy side objective to complete the Dylan range here and complete the market maker buy model we're in. As you can see, clear market maker model, buy model, sell side to the curve. Now we're going to have buy side to the curve. Kind of pretty obvious, honestly. Like this one was completed. This one should be completed. It just all depends on how long it's going to take. Probably a couple more months. And of course, it's not just going to go straight up. We're going to come back down, rebalance, redeliver to eventually target higher prices, which is pretty normal, honestly. So yeah. And yeah, it's pretty obvious, honestly. But we just have to be patient, honestly. We can't rush the process, and you cannot try to force confluences to work, or else you're going to get smoked in the markets, and you don't want that to happen. But yeah, it looks nice. Looks bullish. Sol has been one of the markets we have been watching in the Discord a lot more, honestly, because the way it's moving is really nice, especially with the weekly market maker buy model in there in place with the standard deviation targets and the change in the state moving up, pushing us higher. The next objective really is this weekly sell side imbalance right there. And of course the standard deviation targets that we're aiming for to see small retracements to eventually push us up higher to complete the buy side objective, which is lining up perfectly with the 3.5 to 4 standard deviation right there. This is going to be your last kind of bearish confluence, the order block, with the change in the state here, because this is just where the market eventually reverse from, you know, the move higher. So that's going to be holding a lot of orders and is going to be pushing us down to eventually move up higher. So yeah, and then on the daily we have a breakout market structure there, but it just looks more bullish here, especially after we redelivered and rebalanced all this, and we held it to eventually push up higher, which was nice there, and completing the monthly CRT there. So yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It was really nice to see. Yeah, we did deliver, took out sell side. Looks generic, honestly. Pretty simple play after completing the market maker sell model, reaching for the buy side of the curve now, and eventually seeing if 50% gets respected to eventually continue us to the downside and create another market maker sell model, or if we get disrespected and we complete the market maker buy model here. So honestly, in this scenario, you just want to be patient, waiting to see what happens. But of course, you don't want to be sidelined. You want to see the easy confluence, take them, and just that's really it. You know, nothing else you can do. But the weekly has been looking really, really nice. So I like the way it's seeming, just because of how we had the change in the state delivery for Sol compared to ETH. ETH is all the way at the bottom. You know, Sol's still up here holding, respecting, you know, its bullish order flow on the higher time frame, while ETH is just disrespecting it and it's all over the place. So yeah, I think it looks better overall structurally, but it's still one that has to prove itself throughout the cycle, and it has lived up to its hype every single time. Compared to ETH, yeah, ETH is just not. It's not really one worthy trading for me, but it's a quick bag, honestly, if you know what you're doing and how the market moves and how you're able to read it. Because the way it's moving up is just crazy. But this one is more secure and safe, and it's more guaranteed, honestly. It just gives you better conviction. So on the monthly, we had a monthly CRT there for him. We also swept sell side. On the weekly, we had that change in the state of delivery with standard deviation targets. Again, this is going to be the next objective, the SIBI, and then eventually the buy side objective up there, because that is just the completion of it. And again, it's going to be a process. We don't know if it's actually going to respect the daily range 50% equilibrium. So yeah. Just mark out the daily range here also. So yeah. Yeah, so don't look really bad at all. Can probably see it going up soon. The way it's moving, bro. It's crazy. Magnificent. It's breaking out. 173 to 175. Especially with how it's moving throughout the range. Then we also have a 1 hour Sibi, but we also made an inversion. We're going to create a breaker here. It's just bullish. I think if we break above this high, that clearly states that the Sibi is going to get inversed, and we're going to disrespect it and disrespect this order block and continue to the upside and complete this fractal market maker buy model here without redelivering into a higher time from PD array, which is nice to see, honestly. And if it does happen, that just goes to show how bullish it really is, because that's how markets move, bro. Like, they're not going to redeliver. They're going to continue moving higher if they're really bullish, just due to the news and all that, and just the main drivers of how the market moves. You gotta be able to read the order flow too. That's one thing that I've been working on a lot more. Is trying to incorporate more order flow and volume, and just seeing how it really just like moves, but also incorporating the weekly power 3 and just the higher time frame PD arrays, but also just reading lower time frame structure that's not too lower time frame. You know, just give you more of a fractal market maker model, and just seeing where it wants to go and deliver into those higher time frame PD arrays, or just meet the buy side objectives before, you know, returning to internal resistance. But ETH, we see it going up, honestly. On the weekly, honestly, I think we create a weekly BSC, if not retrace back into the daily one, start moving up higher, reach the standard deviation objectives from the, you know, the weekly chart. And yeah, if not, then just stall around, wait for the basically the creation of a weekly BSC, and then eventually start targeting the weekly Sibi up here. So yeah, and reach an equilibrium of the range, the higher time frame range from that monthly or that weekly chart. So yeah, for the weekly market maker model. Honestly, it looks really nice here, honestly. I wouldn't even mind a retracement also to buy at like 167, 160, and then eventually start holding more spot and just targeting around 200 more. Maybe putting leverage on it, look at 3x, some small, you know, not too heavy, but just putting heavy capital, you know. And that's really it, honestly. It's just a W play. It's one where it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. If you fade it, you fade it. If you don't, you know, you get a quick 2x, 3x. It's not bad. BNB, I'm not really watching BNB, honestly. It's just one of the coins I'm not watching. XRP, I have been wanting to look at XRP and see what it really is, and it's not bad, honestly. You know, still bullish, I believe. Looks really bullish, really bullish. It's not bad either, honestly, in the monthly. Looks like we have a CRT. It looks like we're about to complete it, honestly, too. Just in the 1 month. The 3 month looks crazy, too, already, though. I won't even lie to you. 9 on me. Don't fall for the bounce. If you please. There you are. JC. Shake him off. Cut at me. Cut him off. Soon. Right here, equilibrium right there. You can see that there. This bearish order block. Split mean threshold. It's about to get inverse anyway, so. Like that. Don't look so bad either. I want to see where the monthly equilibrium is of that CRT. I don't look too bad, honestly. Not too bad at all. I have not been charting XRP. That's one thing we do need to add. We have been charting AVAX, so let's go look at AVAX after this. Doge, some Sol, really just Sol. That's really it. I need to start spreading my assets, honestly, and just like really reinvesting into the coins that are the main ones, you know, that are just gonna carry the cycle. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, honestly. Doesn't look bad at all. I don't think we're gonna reach down here, honestly. If I'm being truly honest, if we are, I mean, I can see the weekly power 3 opening up, going lower, creating that manipulation, that wick, and then eventually moving up higher. I wouldn't be against that, honestly. But if we had a weekly buy side imbalance, that would be more secure, honestly, of seeing that, you know, that type of movement happening, especially with Sol. I can see that happening with Sol, but I don't know about XRP. It's more choppy. We can use this inversion mean threshold to eventually continue up to the upside, but you know, since we hit the CRT monthly equilibrium and we have bullish order flow on the daily, I think we can eventually too with the manipulation here. It looks pretty obvious that we are going to continue to the upside. We just don't know if, you know, we're going to come down and then eventually move up higher, which would be more, honestly, more of a reasonable thing to do, since we're going to reach the discount of the range and then eventually start moving up higher, especially after disrespecting equilibrium of that CRT, which is pretty obvious, honestly. Could have took out some buy side objectives, but this retracement before the you know 2 standard deviation looks kind of fishy, if I'm being honest, but it can happen. I'm not against it. We still have this bearish order block here. We're going to retest. Honestly, if we flip this, that becomes, you know, the bullish breaker, honestly, and that's when you start to see the market move up higher. Doesn't look bad, honestly. Doesn't look bad at all. Especially if we flip this range high right there, that's kind of where you want to see the market start to move up higher. Right here, start to move up higher right there. That's kind of where you want to see the market start to push up, take you up to the upside, inverse, and then we start to move up higher and we trace. We target the buy side objective right there. This would have to be your buy side objective. So yeah, it's pretty obvious, honestly. It's not really too complicated. This would have to be your final target, but again, if you already have that manipulation, you're eventually going to create a standard deviation target, which you can use. 2-hour one is the best looking. Like that. So that looks pretty obvious, honestly. Doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty obvious. So yeah, not really against this, honestly, either. This one doesn't look too bad. It just doesn't have the higher time from confluence you would want, especially like Solana. This one doesn't even look bad either. Look at that. This total though is telling us where we're gonna go, which is pretty nice. How the overall market is moving. Bullish. It's just like Bitcoin, really. Let them babies on your daily turn. Don't you feel nauseous? Buy side objective was met nicely there. Now it's another one. You know, we're aiming for the next one. All this right here, relative equal high, is pretty simple, especially after respecting this monthly PDA rate, leaving the weekly one open. Clearly bullish. We can retrace, then eventually start to move up higher. Weekly objective, we also have the standard deviation targets you can use, just like so, really. I need a producer. Doing. Switching up the angles. Alright. Yeah, total's moving good, man. Total 2's moving good. Yeah. Dominance, we still going up, baby. I don't think we're gonna stop going up. Yeah. Looks beautiful, honestly. Just got this BC here. Push up higher. Come on. Break above this high. Boom. We already did. We can target this if we want to. Make it inverse. Move lower, and then eventually start to move up higher. Not against that, honestly, but then that does, if we do break, that kind of shows like all seasons coming, maybe something like this. Let me just continue to the downside and target this market maker sell model completion right there. I wouldn't even be against that. I would not be against that, but if it happens, it happens. That means the alts are gonna move and the market is gonna move, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, ETH dominance also has been going up while BTC dominance is going up also. So pretty nice to see. Sol ETH dropping, ETH BTC moving up higher, Sol BTC moving up higher. Apex, let's go to Apex. Cause hey, I remember. Wanna go to Louis V, man. Gotta lock in. I mean, it looks bullish here, especially with the weekly change in the state. Monthly Cibi though, that's kind of really the only confluence you want to be watching out for. But we do have a 3-month TRT forming, and we also had a one month TRT, but it's already completed after we reached the Cibi. So, and then we also have a bearish order block here, which is again just looking really bearish. We don't know if it's going to continue to the upside here. We have to break past those PD arrays, and yeah, you just don't know if it's going to continue to the upside. And then we got to reach mean threshold. Once this does get past this right here, it's going to be your balanced price range, and if we do get past it and we come back down, I don't even see 50% getting hit. Maybe a quadrant of the 75% to eventually target the buy side objective right there. So yeah, something like that, honestly. Especially with how it moves from a higher time frame perspective. You can see that happening. This doesn't look bad either, though. We just don't know if it's going to continue to the upside after the monthly PDA raise. That's the main objective, really. You have to watch out for after we reach into here like 50% or the standard deviation target. Are we going to have this inverse already, you know? And are we going to be respecting the bullish PDA raise on the lower time from like the weekly and the daily instead of the monthly? So that's really it. See what we're talking about here. So we had a monthly BISI disrespected, weekly CRT form. Ooh, the daily was indicating bearish because we had a bearish PPR. But after we probably swept liquidity, we probably could have started to move up higher. But the weekly CRT would be disrespected if we didn't close above. And eventually we did form that third candle formation. So that kind of was your manipulation, especially opening up, moving lower. It's kind of where you want to see it move up higher. Reach past equilibrium, target the CRT high right there. Especially after rebalancing into a monthly PDRA and having a monthly CRT, you want to see that one start to disrespect at 50% and not complete it and push up higher. But that did not happen. So yeah. Go to the monthly. Right here you can see we just next candle we open up, went down lower. Weekly confluence. Right here you can see we just were unable to hold above the 50%, disrespected, moved down lower, completed the monthly CRT there. Go to the daily, we can probably see what happened there too with the BPR, the bearish BPR. We had the bearish BPR and then we retraced right here and disrespected it. CRT high, boom, complete. CRT, complete. So yeah, CRT, continue, complete. So you're gonna have the narrative and the order flow in your direction, honestly, and you win. From the fake one. Then we have sell side right there. It was small civvy there, but I really don't see that actually holding. We also have a 4-hour change in the state of delivery forming. One-hour time frame, range high right here forming. Honestly, we have a monthly or 1-hour civvy. I mean, the volume imbalance. So yeah, honestly, if we hold the CB, we're going to continue to the downside, complete the market maker model here, especially after breaking above these highs or sweeping liquidity above these highs here, and unable to break past the CB and just coming back down all the times. Maybe this is the final sweep, come back down, and then we start to complete the fractal market maker sell model here and reach back into that daily PDRA. Again, this is just high resistance here forming. This was all low resistance. You can see we came down, eventually started to move up higher, especially after this order block was respected. So yeah, probably can see the continuation up higher. You just want to see how we react to this order block here, and the CB, of course, but we're just not really we are disrespecting it right now, so that's another good thing. But after that, you want to see this, and then if not, the objective. But again, we're inside this sell side and buy side objective. I really would want to see order flow start to respect one by breaking lows right here, and then eventually retrace and moving down lower. Pretty simple, honestly. So yeah, not really against this, honestly. It just doesn't look bad, but it just looks too generic. So everybody's like, is it gonna work? Of course. So yeah, this does not look bad at all, honestly, you know. AVAX is one just from a hard time perspective, though. You gotta watch out for, you know. It's one of those you gotta watch out for, man. But it does look bullish, but the monthly just isn't giving you that confirmation, so you just don't know yet. All right, let's open up two charts, man. Speed this process up, honestly. It's taking way too long. All right, TON. Not really have not been looking at TON, honestly, but we can chart it up real quick for you guys. Speed run, because we're taking a while. We have yet to even get to Forex. What am I at? What is it? 38 minutes, 40 minutes already, bro. Like, I gotta hurry up. I don't plan on being here for like over 2 hours, bro. I gotta do other stuff real quick. In the 81s on the two different Ferraris. I have not been charting as many crypto coins. I have just have a strict playlist and I just do that, honestly, and it has been working out, honestly. There's no point of trying to like force it. Mansion on the sticks with none around you. Katy, Texas, Dallas, Texas, you know, a different environment. You got desires. We don't have any monthly CRT. Yeah, we just don't. 3 months CRT maybe. Not even, bro. We have a 3-month BISI though. On the monthly, we have a BISI. Yeah, we have a BISI. But again, we're just so low into it, bro. We're like in the lower quadrants. It's not cool at all. We also have a little BISI forming, but again, you want to see this one actually form, especially creating just a bullish order block here. I would have preferred if it did swept all this right here, this low, and that would be nice, bro. It would create a breaker, and then changing the state would be a lot more stronger, especially with the standard deviations just aiming up higher, because we did manipulate. So yeah, you know who took it at first? Don't forget it. Go get it. Breaker market structure. We also have CRT forming here. I need to hop on Aim Labs, bro. I'm not good at this. I don't know if we also have what, a 6-hour CRT, 8-hour maybe, if not 12, honestly. No, not even. Just have a daily one. Looks like we completed the 50% too, though. That's kind of what it seems like. Not yet. Range high right here, honestly, too. So yeah, it doesn't look bad, honestly. You can honestly see it completing this, reaching this high up here. Especially if it does have a change in the state, I can see that even moving up higher. Doesn't look bad, honestly. But it's just not where I would want to see it, especially how far it was into the monthly BISI. So yeah, it's really the monthly, honestly, that kind of threw me off. I want to see the weekly get inverse also. That's the first thing I would probably want to watch for, honestly, for Ton. But even then, we got the monthly Sibi we have not even reached, and we have yet to even make that inverse. So it's a no-go for me. That's why it's not on the watch list. Not even a priority to me, honestly. Just certain coins are priorities, and others aren't. It just depends on how they're moving, honestly, too. It's really the main thing. But it's time to, like, fill these moon bags. Take the risk. Because really, you got nothing to lose, bro. So, yeah. Monthly, again, it just looks bearish, honestly. We don't even know if we're going to continue to the upside here and complete this market maker bot model. But if we do, this is going to be a crazy, you know, range, balanced price range on the monthly. So, yeah. Then we have the monthly, the weekly standard deviations. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad, honestly, but can be better, of course. Especially how the weekly looks compared to the monthly. I think we're Gucci off that. Weekly doesn't look too bad, honestly. We'll probably target this buy side objective first and see if we do reach it to continue to the upside there. Look at the daily though, honestly, it doesn't look bad. It's just, I don't like how range bound it is. I want to see it get past to that monthly Sibi and the bearish order block and continue to the upside here. The weekly does look a little bit more bullish than usual, but it just still doesn't give me that bullish state of sense, especially on the monthly. So that's really my main priority, the monthly. And until then, just not really watching it, really. There's other coins that are better, especially from a monthly perspective, like Sol and Bitcoin. I'd rather put my chips in those, you know. It just looks better, honestly. Yeah, we did retrace. We didn't reach into the BISI though. This one right here. So maybe we can see that happen, but again, everything is just moving up higher, following. Some good news coming out tomorrow, maybe. That's kind of what it seems like. Just gonna move up higher, continue to the upside, and maybe come back down later another time. Because again, this all has to get re-delivered back up into sooner or later. And if not, then that just goes to show how bullish we really are. We had to break a market structure already here. We break the range high. I think that's kind of where it classifies itself. It's even more bullish. So yeah, it's kind of really what I'm watching for. Not bad, honestly, not bad. I need to start charting more, honestly, especially live streaming it. I feel like that's kind of where like that gamer in me comes out. Cause I used to live stream for like a couple hours every day, man. Just gaming. You can do the same for trading, honestly. But it can be futures, trading prop firm accounts, if not charting. I think either one is, they're all valuable skills you're gonna have to develop as a trader. But of course, trading is probably the most important. Because you can look at a chart, you can analyze it really well, but you can't be a good trader. You can have bad risk management, bad trading protocols, not follow your rules, bad psychology. So yeah, it just comes in different states and forms you have to like progress in. So yeah. So yeah. Daily we're bullish. 1 hour we're looking a little bit more bullish than usual. So yeah. Let's go to near. Near is not. It's not up there honestly because of the monthly. Honestly. Sui or say I mean. Actually, let's go to one chart with this one. 3 month CRT forming again. We also have the bearish order block there. You got to want to watch out for. The 1 month here. We already got a little bearish city there, but also we have a bearish breaker market structure there on the monthly. Weekly external buy side objective right there. We got to reach first. There ain't nothing but me. Oh, I'm putting the weekly. Whoa. Can just read your mind. Caught up in where I am right now. This one doesn't look bad, honestly. If I'm being real. But you never come. But then I never rail, I never run. Tell me it's all good even when it feels strange. I got strippers by their real names. Oh shit, Jordan. Become a man of truth. Had a bottle of wine, become a fountain of youth. Damn, that's my biggest fear is losing it all. I don't know how I used to feel at the start of it. And now I'm living motherfucking fairy tales. Trying to keep me telling a part of it. Yeah, telling you something I'm dying to hear. My artist had this. Central C, 2C. Me and my brother 2C. Alright, we have a weekly buy side objective right there, and we have the market maker model about to be completed on the weekly. We have standard deviation targets right there, itching to be reached, bro. I swear the market is just like everything's flipping bullish, and we're just ready to move up higher. Honestly, completing these market maker models, just waiting for the reaccumulation, and then entering. That's all. Then the redistribution comes in, complete the objectives, and that's it. Easy W's, low risk. Well, I got a 12-hour CL2. Yeah, we do. See that? Perfectly. You can press pause or fast forward when a scene gets graphic. 5% 10 on all of the website. Can I get seen in traffic? I click that advantage. Oh my god, keep bumping heads. I don't like speaking. Good. How you been? I say I'm alright, but I'm stressed. This is kind of where we have the range high though, right there. We're still yet to form that 4-hour change in the state, and we did kind of respect this order block, and we formed that 12-hour CRT, and we are having that 1-hour change in the state of delivery, which we already did. We formed that breaker there, probably on the 2H. Yeah, it was on the 2H. 2-hour change in the state of delivery and your manipulation right there. We're reaching into that, the 2H bearish BPR. We're going to see if we do respect it. And if we do get it inverse, I see the market maker model completed here. And yeah, it's looking really bullish, bro. You can't really like fight against how the market is moving, really. Pretty naive. So I had this right here. I mean, this one doesn't look bad, honestly, especially on the weekly, on the monthly. I just don't like how low it is on the monthly. That's another thing, really. Just the monthly chart has been the biggest key here. Render. I gotta see how we close. This looks like the better version of what was it, Ton? Looks way better, honestly. Or was it near? I'm not too sure. Doesn't matter, but I guess this is like the better version. This one's moving up higher. It's respecting its PDRAs, honestly. We're disrespecting them. About to make them inverse, reach to the 50%, and that's where you want to see the market move up higher, because it does overlap also, probably with the bearish order block there. But nah, it's right above it. That's even better, honestly. This is where you break a market structure. The range low for that weekly PDRA was, so you have to watch out for that, honestly. See if the market does disrespect it and then we start moving down lower. Honestly, if we do see that happen, that's going to be crazy whenever we break above that, because you don't want to, you're basically not going to see the same thing happen for, whenever you break above it and you create a range high. That's kind of, you're going to want to see the market stay above those prices until a very long time. And even when that does happen, I don't know how long it's going to take for us to come back down, especially after re-delivering into it and just like going crazy. Breaking structure again, just continue to the upside there. If that does happen, I got to be in a moon bag already by then. I got to literally be in a moon bag. Up a couple racks, honestly. Baby, yo, crazy, yo, sipping, motherfucker, one some woman. Hey. Doge is up 6.84% to 0.24 in the last 10 hours. Bro, I was like down on Doge, honestly. I bought spot, bro, and I was not looking at the charts any further anymore. I kind of ruined the play, but slowly climbing back up, which is not bad, honestly, but plan on putting more. If I buy more, bro, it's just gonna be way better. It's gonna be way better, honestly. Cause, bro, I can't let my money be sitting, bro. Honestly, I'm tired. I gotta rotate in my bags too. That's another thing, bro. When I invest, like, I gotta rotate my bags. I can't stay in an investment or trade for too long, honestly. Max is like a month, especially reaching certain prices. I'm gonna have to scale out. That's one thing I did wrong, was I wasn't scaling, bro, and I let it slip through with my hands. Sometimes you gotta scale out, sometimes you gotta cut 50%. You just can't hold it to thinking it's a moon bag, especially in an investment. You have to play really, really smart. Or not even an investment, just like swing trading. You want to see your objectives met, cut 50. You cut 50 again, and you reinvest and you rotate into different coins. Or if you just move it fractally, also, like, you don't also have to just continue to invest it and hold it for a long time. You can move short term, long term, and that's the beauty about it. That's how you're able to, like. But short term too, though, I'm not really talking about like scalping it. I'm still talking about swing trading it, but just holding for like an hour, couple hours, not days. A couple hours, if not a couple days. Maybe you're holding for a couple weeks. If not, a couple days, couple hours, and that's really it. That's something I would do, and that's something I am going to do. I'm going to transition into that more. But render doesn't look bad, honestly. Monthly time frame, monthly SIBI's about to get inverse. And eventually, once that happens, you want to see the 50% be as a target, if not the weekly standard deviations and the range low right there. That's kind of an immediate rebalance right there. You want to see how the market reacts to that. And by the time that happens, I would want to see a BISI created. And then probably forming some form of CRT to come back down into it with this candle. So that wouldn't be bad also. But yeah, I want to see the monthly inverse happen and then start targeting these prices. Disrespect the inversion mean threshold right there, or I mean the mean threshold of the bearish order block, make it inverse, push up higher, create a range high, and yeah, reach like prices all-time highs, honestly. Especially if this is like the new cycle, the bull run, the actual bull run. I would want to see that happen, honestly, especially on a weekly perspective. That's gonna take a couple months, bro. So that wouldn't be bad either. Maybe we change the state right here with this, and then we just start pushing up higher. That wouldn't be bad. I'm gonna add it to the watch list, honestly. I want to see how it looks later on. I want to see how it plays out. Sui has been one I've watched and I faded, bro. I won't lie, I faded Sui, bro. And I didn't put it into the Discord, but I have been watching it, bro. And this is so sad. I faded it, bro, and it was just like a clear A+ setup here on this one. That's the crazy part. Everything, like all the confluences were ringing a bell and like hitting the buy in, but it's just like it didn't like click for me last minute until I saw it moving with Soul, and then that's when I realized I was like, fuck, I missed out. And it's one of those plays, you know, like you're just like, fuck. It was a simple but clear one. So yeah, it was unfortunate, honestly. Let's go through it real quick. On the monthly, we have that monthly buy side imbalance. I mean, SIBI that got inverse to a buy side. Inversion. We also have the buy side objective. And I think we did have 3 month CRT. So we have advanced CRT formula, but it's not there yet. Go to the 3-day here. All right. So on the weekly here, you see here what we made an inversion order block form, and we did retest it, and we also retested that monthly inversion to eventually start to push up higher. As soon as we tapped up into that BISI with the inversion order block, we just moved up higher, continued to the upside. What do we also have down here? Weekly standard deviation targets. So we were yet to meet them, so this is kind of like a little small retracement before the move actually happens, and then eventually that happened. And then on the daily here, or the 3-day, you can see we reached into that BISI perfectly. Also had 3-day CRT form, and that's kind of where your confirmation would occur to eventually start pushing you up higher. And this, boom, clear A+ setup right there. Inverse 3-day inversion for value gap there. You know, you're changing the state of delivery down here with the standard deviation targets as a target, and you form CRT with an inversion, and on the weekly you have a fair value gap, a BISI, and an inverse order block. So it was just, everything was lining up perfectly. I just still faded it, bro, and this is so sad. You know, it's so sad. It's tragic. I won't even lie to you. I gotta walk away after this, bro. It's like a moment of silence for this one. This is one I should have bought into and like actually put high leverage on. Like, you gotta, certain setups you're gonna know are A+, and certain setups you're indecisive, you know, but mentally you just want to take it and see how it plays out, and that happens and you lose. This is not one of those setups. This is one of those setups where, you know, like you can put all your chips in it. Everything is landing perfectly. You're not rushing it. You're patient. You're waiting for the perfect confirmation, and you're just having every single confluence align, every time from aligning perfectly, and you still fade it. You just gotta walk away. I'm not even gonna lie. I might take a little break, bro. My eyes are getting cooked right now, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Aren't you trading? Alex, why aren't you trading?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah.
It's at 178.
I know.
Okay. W's in the chat. Can we get some W's in the chat? Can we get some W's in the chats? W's in the chats. Can we get some W's in the chats? Can I get some W's in the chat? Can I get some W's in the chats, please? Can I get some W's in the chat? There's no W's in the chats? Please, somebody give me W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Please, W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Chat, W's in the chat, please. Why you scratching my jacket, bro? What's good with you, bro? Why you scratching my jacket, bro? You good, bro? Are you good? Man, I need to go buy some new Blackberries, bro. Like my little shawty, she love Blackberries, no cap. You know what I'm saying? She love Blackberries. Little kitty cat. Alright, let's get back to it. Bro, Suey just one of those. I get so mad looking at it, bro. I still get mad looking at it, bro. I can never be satisfied looking at it. I'm always gonna feel some type of way fading Suey, bro. This is just so unfortunate, brother. This is just so unfortunate, brother. Let's go to the 1 day, go to the 4H. Start to speed up the process. Processo. Alright, if you look at the daily, we had a daily break in market structure. From that high, we could honestly use this one. I think this one will be the first one, the range high that actually broke it. I think we should just mark it as classified as that, honestly, right? Yeah, I'm steady grinding. The pain, yeah, I'm steady shining. And we also have the BISI down here, which is nice, honestly. I would want to see the market retrace into that since we have low resistance. That is low resistance liquidity right there. This is all low resistance building up on the daily, bro. On the 4H, it doesn't look like it's low resistance, but I promise you, on the daily it is. And then, boom, we drop. We have no real PD arrays on the 4H, so I can see it honestly dropping and then creating a 4-hour bearish breaker. Having that change in the state of delivery. Moving down lower. We also have our standard deviations right here. But after we reach the daily PD array, I think we do start to bounce after reaching probably, you know, the range high, overlapping with it. I think that would be a beautiful area to overlap, have overlapping PD arrays, and then eventually using that as a means to push us up higher. I wouldn't be against that, but that's just like one of those things that it's gonna happen. It has to happen, no matter what. So yeah. Nah, I'm not against this, honestly. I actually like this one. I might even buy into it if it does come back down to the daily PDRA with the range high. I gotta watch out for like a monthly. I want to see a monthly PDRA form. We just probably not gonna have that. Maybe the weekly one probably can form. That wouldn't be bad also. So yeah. Ondo has been one I've been watching, but just not like not been putting too much pain, you know, like too much attention on it. Let's lock in real quick. See, Ondo has been one I've been watching a lot more recently. In the monthly, we did have this, you know, inversion form. I thought, you know, we are gonna come back down, sweep, but it just never happened. It's disrespecting it, honestly. And we did also form CRT. I'm not too sure if y'all can see that there. So I kind of want to take this off. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of pointless. I like seeing, you know, the most recent price action, especially in this scenario. This is a monthly PDRA, not a weekly, buddy. So yeah, and then the monthly CRT high. I would usually just use the Fibonacci, so let's do that for now. Weekly time frame, change in the state. Again, everything has that little change in the state of delivery, which is indicating what the market wants to move up higher. Everything wants to move up higher. It's pretty obvious, honestly, but can't let it go over your head. You know, you have to be humble, have humility, and just continue to grind, brother. Not much you can do. Let's go to the 3-day here, and let's go to the daily there. That's how I like scaling time frames. I think scaling time frames and like just seeing the picture overall is just by far the best thing you can do. So yeah. We do have this right here we have to get past for now. So yeah. The weekly PDRA was respected there. We can probably use 3-day standard deviations from this price leg, which we can use, I guess. For a little retracement leg, see where you want to go. If it does break, though, I mean, we have 22 hours and we are tapping into that civvy, so we have to wait and see how it plays out. Honestly. Alright, and the one day we do have 1-day CRT also forming, so let's mark this out. Let's mark this out real quick. Yeah, I can see this happening, honestly. I just don't like how that hourly looks. Especially tapping into this right here. We're not respecting it. We already had that bearish change in the state. Maybe we do start to continue to the downside here on this one. Wouldn't be, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but like I just don't see it happening maybe to the upside. Upside objective is not there for me. Looks more bearish than bullish, honestly. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Let's go to the 4H. Did not look at the 4H. Yep, see. 4H is pretty obvious. It's a no-go. It's a no-go until we make this inverse and then we start to move up higher. I think that would be just the finalized objective, honestly. Maybe we have 12H CRT. Yeah, we do. You can see that look. It's not respecting the 50% at all. Look at that. crazy, man. It's crazy. That's crazy, man. Get a range. Equilibrium. Let's put equilibrium. EQ. Let's put it like that. There, we're good. Let's put it this. There. Looks a lot better. There we go. Honestly, if we have a bearish change in the state of delivery here, I think we're going to be bearish, especially with how this is forming. I think we're going to make this inverse, have a break of market structure, retrace maybe, and then start to move down lower, and eventually target the CRT low, especially after redelivering to the 4-hour CB twice, and now eventually taking out the buy side. And if we do break the the range right here that forms, we're going to create another one here. So we'll just wait and see if we do retrace into it to then move lower. But yeah, honestly, we do see it moving to the upside, but the 3-day is just looking a little bit more bearish, especially with how the CB is forming. We can retrace and eventually start to move up higher off of a bullish PDA that forms on the higher time frame, which wouldn't be bad also, like I would want to see that market happen to do that also, so it's just patience, and let's switch out. Reaching into that weekly PDA maybe, but we just don't see that happening yet. Just gotta wait, be patient. The monthly CRT though does look nice. I'm not gonna lie. Just gotta wait to see if we do complete it. It's the main objective. That's the main objective, honestly. Is the monthly CRT. The higher the time frame, the better the objective always will be. I promise you. But if if the time frames are contradicting themselves, it's not as A+. If everything is aligning perfectly, that's A+. You know this chat. Tomorrow I'm gonna look at the economic calendar, but let's go see it. So look, next week all we have is 7:30 a.m. on Thursday. We don't have anything right there. And then again, I don't know what time zone this is on. Let's do New York time. It's gonna be around 8:30, right? So yeah, it's gonna be around 8:30. We're gonna have news. Eventually, 8:30 again, we're gonna have news, and then Friday next week also we don't really have much news. So yeah, all we have is what, Thursday. That's it. After that we have NFP. Oh no, we don't. Also, what? We just have PMI. Oh, we have CPI this week. Oh no, we have Tuesday CPI. I knew it. Something was wrong. Spidey senses were tingling Thursday and Friday. Then after that we have NFP. Okay, yeah. So the next 2 weeks are gonna be crazy. But even this week is gonna be crazy, I believe. What CPI? That's pretty much the only. Ondo, yeah, we're not really watching it. Beam, we're not really watching Beam either. Okay, radium's like the circadian rhythm is radium. Radium is radium, brother. Yeah, I don't know. Not really this one either. Aptos has been one I've been dabbling into it, but like it's getting there, honestly. It's getting there in my leaderboard. We just have to wait and see, man. It's one that it's inconsistent for me though. It just really is. I like the way it moves one week and then the next week is just letting me down. Then I like the way it moves the next week, but then it just lets me down the next one. It's one of those markets where like they're inconsistent, but when they do move, they're really the good moves. When they do want to move. When they don't, or like they just completely hit a 180, which is totally readable in these market conditions, it just disappoints you. You it feels really disappointing. You wanted to see it continue, and it just never did. So on the 3-day, we have that forming, honestly. But we already did have this right here form. Again, it's just like, it confirmed itself already to us. We do have, what, a CRT forming on the 3-day. But the 3-day is just like such a good time frame. I feel like people just sleep on it so much. Don't sleep on it, bro. Don't sleep on any time frame, because price is fractal, bro. It's going to give you the indication of when it wants to move when it's time. And it's going to give you clues, you know? Like, it's just not... it's just so hard to explain. But yeah, just put more screen time, honestly. That's all it is. Put more screen time. Read the charts more. Really dive deep, you know? Like, dive deep into your analysis. But, of course, when it's time to trade, you push the button. And you have good risk management. And you have patience, honestly. And you believe in your system, because you've seen it so many times. So, yeah. That's really it. That's all the advice I can give at that point. There's nothing you can do to combat it. It's just like, it's one of those things where, like, if BlackRock owns the whole ETF of BTC, bro, like, there's no point of not thinking that it's going to continue to go up, you know? Like, it's such a valuable asset. It's about to surpass gold. It's just one of those coins. Not even a coin. It's just like a different decentralized way of money that is going to be a pioneer to the rest of the other assets that form after that. It's one of one, basically. It's one of its kind, bro. Like, you can't fight against that. There is no point in trying to fight against that. And it's beautiful to see, honestly, because we're living through history, bro. Like, we're living through certain moments that you will have dreamed of living through, honestly. Like, when I look back at these times, bro, like, I'm gonna be amazed. I'm gonna be amazed at what I was doing and, like, how I was able to read the market. Especially with how much it goes up, bro, like, over the years. Especially with how it moves the last 30 years, you know. Like, technology was not there yet. Now we have it. This is going to be the crazy part. That's pretty much really it, though. 3-day CRT forming. 1 day. We also have that 1 day bullish breaker market structure right there, honestly. It doesn't look bad, but it could be better, honestly. I'm not really against it, though. So, yeah. We have no PD arrays forming. We also have CRT formed on the daily, which I'm going to mark out. Of course, this one's probably going to be completed, especially if the 3-day forms its own CRT. That's kind of a generic advice, I should say. 12H. 12H doesn't have nothing for it. It's really... it's there, but it's not there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting there, but it's not there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my dog is sleeping already. She's slumped. I might have to hit the sheets with her, bro. Like, my little dog, bro. I'm about to just go to bed, bro, after this. Because, bro, like, I have not been charting. I have not been doing this. I need to be doing this, bro, every single night, every single day. Taking trades, taking the risk. And really just, like, going through this bull run, trading it, bro. Like, being locked the fuck in, bro. Because, like, I have been trying to lock in as of recently, like, past month, this month, really, and last month, by just taking care of myself, eating healthy, getting back into shape, and just doing the daily habits that progress me further and further. Now it's really just time to, like, lock in mentally with the finances and just other assets that I need to work on, or other skills I need to work on in life. I mean, physically I'm there, mentally I'm not really there, spiritually, again, I'm not really there either. But every other realm I feel like I'm really good in. which is physical. That's really it. Mentally, I'm getting there, but I'm not there, bro. So yeah, I need to turn up the energy, bro. Turn up the frequency. I need to turn up my energy, bro. All right, yeah. So, 4H, we had this for Vega, but again, it just doesn't look nice. We have the order block, but I would prefer this one to form, honestly. So yeah, let's mark this out. Yeah. So yeah, let's go to the 1H. Let's go to the 2H. 1H, 2H. So we had a Sibby. You can see that there. It did hold, bro. What? The Sibby held, then we just continue to the downside there, brother. Continue to the downside there, brother. Which is pretty crazy, honestly. I won't even lie to you, man. I won't even lie to you, brother. I keep looking at the wrong chart there. Targeting this low, maybe. Right now, honestly. This is all low resistance, so you can see that there. It's pretty simple, but it's there, brother. Low resistance is gonna come sweep it. So yeah, maybe we do come back down for the 3-day PDRA. Start continuing to the downside to complete this fractal daily CRT or your market maker sell model, and you continue to the downside to redeliver back into these PDRAs. Maybe the sweep in this low, start moving up higher there, hitting the range high and that weekly BISI. I think we did form a weekly BISI. Oh no, yeah, no, we haven't. I think we formed the 3-day. Yeah, we formed the 3-day BISI here, basically. So yeah, just wanted to see that happen. Come back down, move up higher. Wouldn't be against that. Yeah, just really seeing the change in the state of delivery on the weekly form also, which did form, and we can probably use standard deviations here to see if it starts to move up higher. I wouldn't be against that. This one wouldn't be bad either, honestly. But a 2x is right here, bro. Then a 3x is right here. Like, there's other coins that are better, but let's just add it to the watch list. Because maybe if we put leverage, we can hit a good lick. But even then, you know, like, I wouldn't really want to. I just need to rotate the bags after I hit a 2x. Put it into like a safe investment like this or something. Chronos. Yeah, bearish BPR. Don't want to watch it. It's not good. Sibby there, not good. This one's in a BISI. XLM does look. Stellar doesn't look bad, honestly. I was talking about this earlier. You know, it doesn't look bad. I like it. I actually really fuck with it. Just by how it's moving. That's the main thing. It's just by how it's moving. I can see so much potential going through with this one, if I'm being truly honest. But it's a risky one, honestly. It's a risky one, but sometimes it's worth taking the risk. Look at the 3 month, I promise you. 3 months, go to the 1 month here. It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look bad. Try to convince me that it does look bad. It just it won't work on me. This one just doesn't look bad, brother. XLM does not look bad. Let's keep these. I need to like fix this chart. You know, I haven't been on the charts, man. My charts are all messed up. All right, the 3 monthly here doesn't look bad. This does not look bad either. Let's go to the 1 week, and then we also have monthly CRT here. So I can probably see this getting met real soon. So put blue. Since the last one is purple. Weekly PDRA right there, lining up perfectly. Alright, so we had a weekly change in the state. Of course. We have our standard deviations. Everything is aligning perfectly here. Of course. This one doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. We're probably gonna have to watch, you know, add this to the watch list. And then eventually continue with our day. Simple as that. It's not complicated, brother. And then we also have a BISI forming here on the 3-day. You know. Weekly objective right there, lining up perfectly with the standard deviations. I just want to see, do we close above here? Do we continue to the upside, you know? This is where the magic happens, or we're going to come back down? Like, let me know, please. We also have a 3-day BISI here forming. All right. All right, yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. It does not look bad. 1 day CRT again. Everything's just forming 1 day CRT. 4 hour bearish PPR. This one is holding though, so it doesn't look bad, honestly. I didn't mean to do that. Do 12H. 12H CRT does look nice there though. Oh, my bad. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. The 3-day one looks crazy though compared to the 12H. That looks mad crazy. See where the equilibrium is right there. Counter range equilibrium. We have yet to reach it. This does not. It looks sloppy. I won't even lie to you. It looks sloppy, but I wouldn't even touch this from a lower time frame perspective. I would just get my entry. If I'm being real, probably the lowest I'll go is for the 4H, bro. I won't even lie to you. 1H just to minimize the stop loss and take profit. But even then, I probably wouldn't even have that adjusted like really tight. If I'm being real, I'll let this thing run. Yeah, we're gonna add it to the watch list. Let's add it, bro. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Cinnabisi, you can respect it. This one's bearish. I'll go. This is one again. I like it. There's nothing really I can do. We have still yet to go to 4X, bro. This is gonna be a long night. I mean, it's gonna be one of those nights where it's worth it though. It's gonna pay off, man. You know, you have some nights where you're like, it's worth it, bro. Some nights are worth staying up for and just like grinding. That's what they're meant. Let's get this monthly in. Just want to touch an M, bro. I'm just so hungry to touch an M. I swear, bro. Like, I just want to like hit at least 5 figures, bro, with trading. I know it's so doable too. That's the thing. That is the thing. I know it's so doable. It's really just like a mentality, bro. Like 10K is so possible. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's so possible. Like, it really is. I feel like I'm just overcomplicating it and I'm overestimating the task at hand, the challenge at hand, bro. Like, it's not that hard. I promise you, bro. It's not that hard. Especially with the way I've been reprogramming myself, bro. Like, it's raps. Honestly, if I lock in and like I really dedicate myself to this, like 24/7, it's raps. It's raps, bro. Like the way I'm doing it right now, like the way I'm 2 hours, 3 hours a day, looking at the charts, maybe longer, dedicating myself, having just the whole day grinding, bro, is raps. I promise you, it's raps. All right, chat. W's in the chat. I'm back. Gonna get some W's in the chat. W's in the chat, please. Thank you. Grinding, man. We're grinding all night. Sleepless nights. This is what it takes to be a millionaire. I will do it, bro. Sleepless nights, grinding 24/7. I'm willing to pay that price. I am. I'm willing to pay that price, you know? Like, if I'm not doing my other Monkmo task, I want to be grinding. I want to be grinding on the charts, bro. Like, I want to be just dedicated 100%, no matter what. No matter what happens, no matter how much money I make, I still want to be dedicated, bro, no matter what. That's how it is. You can't lose focus, bro. Like, you cannot lose your focus. That's really it, bro. Like, all right, 3 month, 1 month. It doesn't look bad. The monthly does not look bad at all, honestly. I would take this any day of the week. I'll be right back. I gotta do some push-ups, chat. I gotta do some push-ups. I need to turn the music up, get some push-ups in. We'll be Gucci.
I'm out that boot, baby, what's happening? Tell that boy you'll see him later, finna pick you up in the road. Fast forward through the night, then I had a friend up in a ghost. Cleaning my car in the rain. Nigga ain't asking for shit, you know they ain't hear my motherfucking drink. Bitches look like my cup is paint, yeah. Go to the bank and pull out the francs, I put out cologne in the bank. 50,000 for the chain, I'm a motherfucking nigga, I'm walking saint, yeah. Ask her if she wanna cry in the bucket, I can cry in the bin, yeah. I got my lip block, fatty, got a sin, yeah. Fuck all them niggas, they know it's gonna go up. Nigga gon' have to kill, gotta kill me, nigga, yeah. Fuck you, nigga. I ain't the type of nigga to share my fragrance. Can't be smelling the same around these bitches, yeah, nigga, you hear me? My memory clouded up by drugs, sip codeine till I'm dizzy. Park the Maybach on the curb, got these white people like he trip. I snaked you, but you snaked me first, why gotta be reptilian? I sip on the perp, not the green, that's your boyfriend, he chameleon. You gotta know what's going on, I'm not a regular civilian. I told my mom before she was gone that I'll see me a million.
Facts. He's such an M.
Oh, the irony, better get this bitch if I take her home, cause she eyeing me. Bitch, I ain't stupid, think I'm a trick, I ain't buying it. Yeah. Sit in the back of the ghost like I'm possessed. Take her to designer stores, watch her get undressed. Instagram bio says she highly favored and she blessed.
You was on bullshit. I was fucking with you and you was on bullshit. You acting like a nigga wasn't gonna be up. Now a nigga up. You tryna fuck. I ain't even trying to get there.
Facts. That's facts. Alright. Could I focus with this music, bro? Alright. CRT form, monthly BISI, still getting respected, honestly. It's not bad. It's one of those markets where, you know, you see the monthly CRT getting completed. But, oh, look at this weekly PDRA, though. Look at that. That's going to be one objective where we do reach into, and you're going to have to be very cautious to see, is the monthly overpowering the weekly, which, in case, should happen. Especially with the 3-month forming, how the 3-month is forming it. You gotta be watching all the time frames, honestly. This is one thing I gotta add into my repertoire. Because when I'm on my phone, I don't have every single time frame I don't like. I just like scaling to the ones I have favorite. Unless it's like the 1 minute or the 5 minute, then of course I'm like, alright, let's get it. So, let's go up below. I need a new chair. That's one thing I need to buy as soon as I start printing, bro. The new chair. Let's see. Again, monthly CRT. You want to see where the 50% is at. That's one thing you're gonna want to be watching. This is CRT equilibrium there. Can arrange equilibrium. So yeah, we have that right there. We have the weekly standard deviations there. CRT high up here. Let's put that up there real quick. This doesn't look bad, honestly. You have the daily, 3-day. You have the breakout market structure there. Honestly, the 3-day probably is your best bet if we do start to retrace and we do form that 3-day CRT there. That's kind of where you want to see the market start to reverse, honestly. Because it does have an order block overlapping with the fair value gap. Usually in those case scenarios, that's kind of where the market starts to just pump once it does retrace into that. Overlapping PDRAs are like really, really powerful. So that's one thing I tried to bring into Confluence, especially with the higher time frame. Like if the monthly is aligning perfectly to being bullish and you have a 3-day PDRA backing you up, like you have another time frame aligning perfectly with the monthly, giving you the same Confluence, same order flow, weekly being bullish already too, you know, giving you a different perspective on market structure and order flow. Just combine everything and just let it play out, bro, because it will play out in your favor if you know what you're doing, you know. I'm thinking about how much should I put in, bro. But this is what it takes, bro. Beyond on the charts 24/7, like looking at every market, different sectors. But you also gotta have a process, bro. Like, you gotta have a system in place, diving deep into it, but also your analysis too, bro. It's very important. I don't want to stress it enough, but like it's just one of those things where you can't have one without the other, you know. It's simple and generic, but it just goes a long way, honestly. So we go to the 12H here, the 4H. We have the 12H here, alright, so to say. Again, really the same thing as the other coin we were just seeing. 4H has the BISI. I mean the CIBI. 12H does have the CRT aligning perfectly there with the 3-day CRT forming. Maybe we retrace, come back up, and then we start to come down lower. Pretty generic, honestly. Maybe we don't even reach the 50% and we just start moving down lower here and we start just continuing to the downside of reaching these objectives down there. Because again, the CIBI is getting respected on the 4H. Twitch order block again forming, highs up here. If we do come up and sweep these highs, I do want to see the market start to move lower. If not, complete the CRT. Even then, that probably won't happen. The 12H only has 9 hours. Oh yeah, maybe it does happen then. We're just like in between these candles, range high, range low from the previous one. Let's go back. Let's add this one. All right, this is gonna be my last coin for crypto, and then I'm gonna move on to FX, bro, because We got a long way to go. I still got futures too. I was thinking about doing futures, and we are. We're gonna do every single market. Maybe stocks too. I might dabble into that. Give you guys like a perspective from every single time. Go monthly, let's go weekly here. I mean, yeah, we already got the, but in the wrong one right here. This one does not look bad. This is the thing. If I'm truly honest, I might just add this one more than the watch list. This thing does not look bad at all, bro. That's the thing. We have another CRT here we can probably use. It's gonna be like 5 candle confirmation, bro. This one just looks so juicy though on the weekly, bro. It looks so obvious. That's the thing. That's why it's already been on the watch list, bro. Like we just need to put some. We need to wait for like a certain. I need to put an alert, bro, on the weekly or daily like confluence and let it form a time frame and just taking it, bro. My bad, guys. My bad. It's my bad. So yeah, this one doesn't look bad at all either. Weekly 3-day, again, really just the same confluences from the 3-day. Seeing a 3-day busy form. This could be your buy side objective. This is your first one though, of course. On the monthly, you want to see what happens there. Forming a 3-day buy side imbalance, which again we can retrace up into. Probably can form a weekly one. That's another thing. It's not guaranteed though, but it kind of is same time. So let's go to the 12H. So the 1 day. 1 day we don't have CRT on this one. Neither on the. I mean, yeah, we kind of are forming it on the 12H here, but it's not really as advanced. I wouldn't even really want to take this one because it isn't moving lower and it isn't. Or I mean, it isn't moving higher in a bearish PDA array, like a daily CRT. I guess all the time frames are not aligning, and that isn't something you would want to trade, brother. Yeah, it looks a little bit more bullish than bearish. Honestly, it's your external sell side objective right there, your market maker model. Yeah, barely forming a change and stay off of the bearish PPR right there. And then we have a change in the state of delivery here. This one, it looks iffy, but I mean, we haven't really swept liquidity. We're just re-delivering back into these higher time from bearish PDA arrays right there. Or never tapped up into. They're not really range bound either. That's the thing. If the range was respected more, I would kind of would want to take this again, especially being here. You would want to see the market move lower. This one is being a lot more bullish than bearish. with the change in the state, having this right here, order blocks inverse. We are semi, respecting these right now. We just wait and see, honestly. But the bearish BPR did get respected. We didn't complete the market mega buy model there, reaching into the deep premium C, forming the 12H CRT. You want to see if it does get respected, and you would want to see the market move lower to equilibrium of that 12H CRT, and then eventually start to move up higher there, and just respect all this that was eventually gonna get inverse and rebalance back up into. So yeah, so Link is still gonna be on there. Again, we're gonna go to the next market though. Let's go to watch list. Let's do Forex. So yeah, let's do Dixie. And we're going to end at around probably NZD or yeah, probably NZD. Probably end around there. It's probably going to be the same as Aussie though, as always. Start off from the higher time perspective though, as always. 3 month visibility. Something like that. Alright, the 3 month we don't have much, honestly. We're just sweeping really these lows on the monthly. We already have that marked out. And we also have a bearish BPR with a BISI down here. We redelivered back up into. On the 3 month, again, this is more of a range bound market. Now we're finally sweeping both sides, which is kind of nice to see. But again, you want to see where the clear trend is at. And we're still respecting this buy side imbalance down here, especially with this break, the break market structure or your range bound market right here from range high, range low on the 3 month. That's your range high. This is your range low. Again, because it redelivered to both sides. So this is kind of where you would want to see the market get respected with equilibrium here. So let's mark out equilibrium. Right there. Right there like that. Let's make it a different color or a different font. Like that. So yeah, that's pretty much really it on the 3 month. The monthly there, you can see, I don't really like it like that. So just put it like that. So yeah, see, we respected it. Now we're moving up higher, which again, we have never reached back up into that monthly, that 3 month range high. Equilibrium. Now we are, it's a balanced price range. You want to see the market start to move up higher, bounce, flip, do whatever it can, do 360s, push up to the upside, and this is kind of why, you want to see the balance price range respected after sweeping lows, reaching into PDA rates has never been reached up into before. Equilibrium of the range. Also, look at that. Equilibrium of the range. Look at your time frames. Oh my goodness. Chat. W's in the chat for that one. W's in the chat. Come on, W's in the chat. Literally, we're giving you sauce here. It's W's in the chat, please. W's in the chat. Por favor. W's in the chat. W's in the chat, man. I'm like literally giving you guys the sauce. W's in the chat. Please, can I get some W's in the shots? So is at 173 now. Oh man, I'm about to just put like 5 racks into it. Oh man. W's in the shot. Can I get some W's in the shots? Let's go see if I can see my live stream. Let's go see it. Go watch it real quick. How does it sound? Let's see. How does it sound? Let's see. How does it sound? Let's see. It's kind of loud. That really is loud. But again, the market is going to move and it's going to balance off of this. The quality isn't even that bad either, bro. It looks really nice. Much like what part of my stream. Me drinking my water. Wow, that is ironic. So yeah, it's really the monthly, honestly, that kind of threw me off. I want to see the weekly get inverse also. That's the first thing I would probably want to watch for, honestly, for Ton. But even then, we got the monthly Cibi. We have. But I think I'm gonna just keep doing no face cam. I'm not gonna lie, face cam until I get like a super high quality camera. This trade idea, so, and we're looking at this 1 minute right now. So looking at this 1 minute, you have a bearish order block here overlapping with a Cibi. So we have formed the break. I feel like with a face cam, bro, like I feel like I'm not 100%, but like I feel like I'm just like not there fully because like I'm not able to completely like activate myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I gotta put on an act, you know, for the camera. Be shy, a little nervous sometimes, but yeah. But when you have no face come on, you can, you know, wear whatever, do whatever, act whatever, say whatever at that point too, because face is not on there. It's pretty dope. But yeah, let's lock in. Monthly, let's go to the weekly here. Alright. This is Forex section, Forex part, timestamp right here, Forex section at 1 hour and 56 minutes. Take 2, part 2. This is going to be the Forex section of the live stream here. So again, beautiful, an amazing stream going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this amusing, beautiful, amazing stream. So yeah. All right, so we have a weekly Sibi here and the daily. On the weekly, on Dixie, I meant to say. The range here honestly isn't bad either on the weekly. Let's change it up a little. 1 week. So yeah. We did almost form CRT, but then we didn't. That's kind of the crazy part. We almost did, but then we didn't. And again, we barely closed above the weekly candle. So previous week closure, yes, we got it. Confirmation of bullish prices, not yet, because the monthly is looking really bearish. Once we do retrace into this, I want to see us continue to the downside. But after we swept liquidity, we don't know how the market is going to react, especially the 3 month. It looks a lot more bullish. Maybe we form a bullish breaker here. I've seen these scenarios happen. I've seen Dixie do something like this before, honestly. But you know, it wasn't able to get past this right here. So that's kind of what just dropped it, especially after, you know, sweeping this. Now we do the same, start to push up, reach into these PDA rates, disrespect them, continue to the upside. Pretty generic, but it can happen, you know. But just gotta be careful, honestly. Playing with fire, you don't know how to read the market. Let's go mark this out right here like that. That's why it's so important to clean your time frames up. On the 3-day, we're forming a CRT. Not the weekly, the 3-day. That's why time frames are so important, bro. Like, I don't know why people price is fractal, but it gives you a story. Every single time frame gives you a different story. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story. Actually, we're gonna mark out the order block here. And the new BISI. Alright, this one doesn't look too bad, honestly, either. But the 3-day is indicating bearish. I can see us move lower. Target 50%. It's kind of really the only scenario or our objective we can see happening for the first target. Hmm, 12H doesn't look bad either, though. That's the thing. That's really it, though. I really can't even see it, though. We got it inverse. We don't. We opened up, then we closed below. Like, on the 12H, we're going to move higher. Especially with that volume imbalance. There's like some sort of news event already going on in the market that makes the market move like this. It just isn't over, like, you know, like, silly stuff, I guess. This is all manipulation, bro. Some speculation going on. And it's happening. I'll be right back, though.
even now on the delivery bed, she's about to give birth. She's
Bro, I was like
constantly
looking it up because I have all 8 of my other classes, but one C.
Maybe before we in stream.
I'm so glad that my sisters are here to take care of me. They have had a load of kids, so they know exactly what to do.
Alright, so the 4H doesn't look bad. Everything doesn't look bad at all, bro. That's the thing. Everything looks bullish, brother. Does not look bad at all. So yeah. Go to the 1H. The 4H. Does not look bad.
Ale.